From Pongarore, Tracy Baxter. Wow, Tracy, you got the mean following. They'll give you heaps of likes on Facebook. Can we have our shearers to the board? 2 competition fleeces these wool handlers will be handling. The seal time is 1 minute 40. It was 1 minute 40 for one fleece and it's 1 minute 40 for 2. So this will test these wool handlers. Shearers, you can go a little wee bit slower than you did for the senior wool handlers. This is the novice grade. And we have the green light. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go.
All right, I'll just jump in there, Tuma. We'll get this started. Thank you. Okay, press number 1, Sarah Davis. She's done a bit of pressing before and she is also in the triathlon. And on press number 2, just as a support system, but not under the clock, is Christine Woland. Okay, so she's just a support system here. So we're ready to go. Timekeepers are ready, judges ready. Pressers, on your marks, get set, go. Okay, back to you, Tuma, and your big final.
Thank you very much, Gerald. These shearers are working their way into the undermine. This is the novice class, guys. So just take it a little bit easier on these wool handlers. But they're working away nicely. This is the novice class. This is like the kohanga reo, Mavis of the wool industry in wool handling terms, isn't it?
That's right. So these young ladies, this is their very first final, yes, at Golden Shears here. What a exciting time for them. And look at the fabulous T-shirt. You know, only 4 of these T-shirts were printed. So they're a bit of a taonga for them, and hopefully they have them for a long time to come. But they're doing really well. They're staying with their shearer. They're looking around. They're just making sure that everything is where it should be. They've been able to get a bit of confidence. They've come through the heats and the semi-final. So they've done a fair bit of work today, to be honest.
Can I just call the novice shearing semi-finalists to the left of the stage, please? Novice shearing, Heat 1, Jerome Papworth, Kendra Paulson, Mark Williamson, Jack Harley, Rex Pedersen and Andrew Baxter.
Tracy Baxter down here on table number 1. She wasn't keen to throw that fleece at all, so she placed it on the table and she's placed it very, very nicely. We got Georgia down here on table number 2. She had probably the smallest fleece out of all these wool handlers and she made a lovely job of that. We got Chelsea down here. Mavis, Chelsea was the speedster.
She was. She's got a pretty smart finish, young Chelsea. But I thought the whole 4 of them were very tentative as they placed those fleeces on the table. None of them really gave it a bit of a shove. And again, they're just checking it out. They've got 2 fleeces this time. They haven't had that here yet. Both of their heat and semi were just 1 fleece. So they're going to have to think about it as they start to organise themselves for the second fleece. But they're working carefully around. Down the bottom here, we've got young Heaven. She only came for a ride. Now look, I bet she's pleased. The roll-up's happening now. And what you have to remember is that roll is being judged by the judges to be compact, tidy and placed. Anything other than that and you will earn yourself a penalty.
Well, just looking here, these judges are getting in the way. Wool handlers, these young wool handlers, they're not like the open wool handlers. They don't turn around and push the judges over. They've got manners, these young wool handlers. But here we go. This is the second and final fleece. Paewai Mullins are the sponsor. Let's go, these young wool handlers. There's the speedster Chelsea. Oh, Georgia had a good throw. Not too bad from Tracy. Mavis, how's it down there?
Yes, much better. A much better effort, that second fleece for all of them, really. Well placed, well spread. And as a result of that, they should be able to really get around these fleeces pretty blimmin' quickly. So come on, where's all their support? Surely they got whānau here, family, work colleagues, get them behind them.
Well, I don't think there's any Masterton people here because they'll be cheering for Georgia. I know there's a few Pongaroa people. Come on, you Pongaroa people, get in behind your Tracy Baxter. Here we go. Roll up time. She's the first one rolled up. Chelsea, here she comes. We got George's rolled up. All these wool handlers, Mavis, broom in hand.
Yes, look, there's nothing between them at all. And on the whole, their boards all look really tidy for this grade. Now they're down, sorting through those first or second pieces and locks. We're hearing the wise heads up behind me, go for time, but no, Tracy Baxter takes the time. Well done, Tracy. Well done, Georgia, very good. Yes. Well done, you novice finalist for 2018, Paewai Mullins Shearing sponsored. Well done and all the best for the final results.
Okay, hey, before, we've got to pack up the tables and stuff now. Tracy, don't run away. We've just got to pack up the tables and we're going to move on with the novice shearing semi-final. Tracy Baxter, she was the speedster in that heat. Tell me, Tracy, did you go into that with a plan? You know, like what was going through your head when you were up there?
Just to do my best because it's my first show and I need to make these guys proud.
Well, I think you have made them proud. But you know, when you're up there, you know, was speed your concern, or you know, because when I was watching you throw, you weren't really throwing them. You know, like how were you handling those fleeces?
They weren't going to throw very well, so trying to keep it together more than anything.
Trying to keep it together. I think you did very, very well. Well, thank you very much, Tracy. Best of luck to you, and best of luck to all the Paewai Mullins novice wool handling finalists.
Rightio, thanks very much, Tuma. Right, so over here, as I said, Christine on press 2's just a helping hand or a support system for Sarah, as we had an odd number. So Sarah is under the watchful eye of the judges here, and she's just working away. She's part of the triathlon system of you've got to be in the pressing, you've got to be in the wool handling and the shearing. So she's in for a big bundle of wool here. Hauls it up. Oh, look at that. Boom. Starts loading that box up. Just working away, knowing what needs to be done. Normally you'll find in shearing sheds with all the camaraderie and that sort of family thing that we have going on, that teamwork thing, that shearers and wool handlers and pressers, they really do just work together. It's nothing unusual for shearers to give a hand at the end of the day to get all the bales tidied up and the likes, and the wool handlers the likes. Everyone just, you know, knuckles in and just gets it done. So it can't be unusual baling the odd bale in the press for wool handlers. So here's Sarah now, getting those corners, tramping them down, remembering that wool comes back at you, it's very springy. And I know I've said it once, if not 100 times this morning and this afternoon, but it is so true. You can sit back there and think, oh, is it really like that? But it does. It just draws energy. It just sucks. It just burns these big muscles on the front of your legs. And they just ache. And as you can see, Sarah took a deep breath, thought, right, okay, that's that done. And in for another handful. It's about now she's got to start mentally driving herself. And of course, if we were in a shed, the wool would still be coming off. Okay, so there'd be wool piling off. And in this case, Sarah Davis is trying to get them all pressed up. So this would be getting filled as she's trying to get another bale done. Christine just sticking with her, saying, come on, youngster, you're right, hang in there. The cap. That's on. Big part of shearing. The shearing shed. Very, very important part. You'll see the pack's quite low. We have had the odd heavy score over 150. So in this case, Sarah hasn't put too much in this box. There's a bit of a plan there.
I'll call up Heat 1 of our novice shearing semi-final. On stand 6, Andrew Baxter. On 5, Rex Pedersen. 4, Jack Harley. 3, Mark Williamson. 2, Kendra Paulson. And 1, Jerome Papworth. Heat 2 of our novice shearing semi. Logan Kamura, Carolyn Bunting, Kirk Karatiana, Luke Daish, Samantha Baxter, and Cheyenne Walker. Can you please come to the left of the stage? 2 sheep to shear.
Right, cheers, Morgan. Yeah, so the top box is a bit lighter, of course. You haven't got as much to lift up. Okay, it's not easy winding those boxes up when there's 80 odd Ks in there. You've got to crank that hand or just more steam. So if you can plan it, you can stick more in that bottom box than the top that you've got to swing round. So there's all these sneaky little things going on around the place. But at this stage, it's tidy up time. Sarah's on the broom and says, right, I'm the last competitor of the day. This could go all good or all bad, but it's just what it is. But she's focused on all good at the moment. Doing the tidy up.
So there's only 1 sheep for you guys to shear. Is there 2 in the pen, did I hear someone say? Oh, there's only 1 to shear, so. Okay, so Willie's given us a thumbs up, our referee, Mr. Willie Buick. This is the novice shearing semi-final, the top 12 out of all the competitors that competed in the first round. We have the green light from up the back. Let's set these guys on fire. Give them a bit of support as they run through the Sidecton novice shearing semi-final. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. Off we go this time, Joey. Just the 1 sheep, these young novice competitors. The top 12 out of all the competitors in the heats, like I just said, looking for a place from now through into the big final.
Yeah, they are. They really want to make that final, but unfortunately we can only take 6. So we're going to cut this field in half. So I've seen them sitting over in the corner and all their gear's set up and they're all prepared. And a lot of them, it's their first shearing competition. So it's good to see